Yo people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for the Chelsea versus AC Milan review. A brilliant, emphatic win in the end, made comfortable by none other than Reece James for me personally. This guy was the difference between a nervy, close encounter and an absolute landslide and lavish performance. The guy was on the top of his game today, and I'm just so relieved. More than you can believe. I am so relieved that we've won that game as comfortably in the end as we did, because we knew we had to win. People were asking me on the watch along on Twitch, you know, if we draw this game, what does the table look like for us, especially going to the San Siro in the following game week, with Salzburg winning earlier on today as well. You know, the group wasn't looking good for us. We had to win. We had to take control of this situation that we put ourselves in and put ourselves back in ascendancy for not only qualifying but even still trying to top this group as well. So really impressed in the end. And it wasn't always smooth sailing. You know, when you look at that first half an hour in particular, you know, the game was very even. AC Milan had their moments for sure. Rafael Leao, you know, got the better of Fofana at one point, and then later on Chalobah as well. Skipped in between a couple players. He was the main threat. He was the player that was keeping people up and on, keeping people entertained, and Rafael Leao was definitely the standout in that team. And at the end of the first half, this guy created an incredible opportunity that AC Milan really should have put away to equalise. But overall, when AC Milan had their best spells, Rafael Leao was the one that they were going through. He was the key player. They could never really get Giroud into the game. Giroud looked like he was still playing for us, which was wonderful. Much appreciated, Olivier, do you know what I'm saying? But in terms of Leao, he was the one. But for us, it was frustrating. Even though we took that lead, the first half an hour, like I said, we had about 4 shots and 3 of them were from set pieces. The goal from Fofana, which was kind of just a ricochet of bodies and ball bumbling all over the place, and then he managed to stab it home. But the 2 headers before that were from Thiago Silva, and I was watching that game thinking the best opportunity, or the best way we're going to score before we did score, was a set piece. That was where we was looking threatening. Silva had a header where he was unmarked, headed it, tipped over the bar, another header as well over the bar. So there was moments where we were thinking, yeah, if we're going to score, it's going to be from a set piece, and that's exactly how it came. Because in open play, disappointing, really disappointing at times, not getting that final ball, whether it was Chilwell, who I saw in a sequence didn't pick his head up quickly enough to find Aubameyang, who made a little run, decided to pass it back instead. That happened against Palace too. Sterling, you know, little 1-2 give and go with Loftus-Cheek, but the pass was overhit, and then Loftus-Cheek failing to find Chilwell. The chances that we tried to create an open play, there were big chances to be had in that first half, but because of a poor execution with a pass, or a lack of vision and awareness, and Sterling as well, another chance, you know, running in on goal from Mason Mount, who started to improve a lot more after that offside goal was disallowed, but then doesn't play it across to Aubameyang. These are the moments I'm talking about where we talk about, you know, the holding midfielder unlocking this team. People have spoken about it online. For me personally, even if you put a holding midfielder in there, these moments where we're playing against a team that are coming onto us. AC Milan had the ball in that first half, especially in the first 20 minutes. They came onto us. They were looking like a better team. They were looking to create chances, and we were having space to open up into, space to counter in, to transition in. And because of our decision making and our execution, we weren't able to create big chances and turn half chances into big chances. And we could have won this game by more. 3-0 is incredible. We could have beaten them 4-5. Like, we really could have, if we were more decisive. But decisive players make the moment for us in the end, because Reece James, if he was in all of these moments that I described prior in that first half, maybe we would have scored those goals, because the 2 goals in the second half that come are from Reece James. You know, Reece James with the cross, a cross that was overhit prior by Chilwell, way over, and then Reece James fizzes it back in. Aubameyang with the finish, wonderful goal, wonderfully well taken. I thought Aubameyang looked good, and again against Palace, not only with the goal but his hold-up play. When he drops deep and he wants to link things up, he's more than capable of doing so, which is actually quite a pleasant surprise for me to see, because I'm always visioning Aubameyang in behind, running in beyond what you know and whatnot. But in this match, when he had to drop deep and try and, you know, link it up a little bit, he was more than capable of doing that, which was good to see. Obviously, not the most physically imposing centre-backs that we're going up against in AC Milan. They had double yellow cards as well for Traore and Tomori on the left-hand side. So that's probably why, in the end, most of our attacks starting to go to the right. And just because more quality and fluidity was over there in terms of Sterling and Reece James. Chilwell and Mount in that first half when AC Milan were dominating. Whenever we was trying to get out that left-hand side, it was very disjointed from those two. It didn't look fluid. It didn't look like they played together before. Whereas on the right-hand side, that's where the chances were really coming from. And that's why those two defenders got booked. Didn't really get to test Dest, you know, Dest on loan from Barcelona. People speak about him defensively, is he all that? You didn't really get to test him on that right-hand side. He was pretty comfortable. But yeah, most of the traffic went down the right. And like I said, you know, we could have been even further clear in the first half. But thankfully, because this has come back to bite us, that's why I mentioned it. This has come back to bite us before, where we're leading 1-0. We don't kill the game off. And then the other team gets back into it, they score, and then we're coming away with this completely different result. But thankfully in the second half, like I said, decisive players started to get in decisive positions. Reece James, like I said, with that cross and with the shot, wonderfully worked. Sterling assists him. But the finish from Reece James is absolutely emphatic. And I have no doubts he's the one player, maybe you can add Aubameyang to this hopefully, but give it more time. James, when he's in that position, he scored so many similar goals from here. In big Champions League games, the guy is ruthless, hits the roof of the net emphatically with power and accuracy, just so confident, he just oozes confidence, and the celebrations are cold. The guy knows exactly what he's doing. And for me, he is undisputedly, for me, the best right back in the world. I'm not even talking about just the Premier League. The fact that I had even mentioned the Premier League, or it was even started to become a conversation, Diego Dallo, go Diego, go. Dora the Explorer's brother, whoever that is, Trent scores a goal last night. Cool, we equalised that. This brother is the truth. He's unbelievable. And defensively, never really got taken, you know, to shreds by Leao at any moment. I thought Leao did have his moments where he skipped past players, but that was more so for Fofana and Trevor. But Reece James and Leao, they had a good battle, and the respect is clearly there for me in terms of his defensive ability. The guy was emphatic with that finish, and I love to see it, man. So complete, so good. And like I said, he looks like a warrior, man. He's the only player I can say in our team right now of that age category that walks into Real Madrid's team, walks into Man City's team, walks into all these top teams on the... Bro, he goes straight in, you know. He walks in. He's just that good. And like I said, for me, he was the definitive decision maker that made this game nervy. 1-0 lead, anything can happen, to a 3-0 comfortable, we're walking. And now Potter gets to throw in his substitutions. Gallagher comes on, Jorginho comes on comes Breuer, on comes Kai Havertz. Obviously Trevor come on for Fofana earlier. Hopefully Fofana's alright, because I think I saw a little tear dropping out of his eye on the bench as well. He looked distraught, potentially a knee injury there. But he was able to bring on those substitutions and start to flex that depth now. Flex the depth, you know what I'm saying? And Leao comes off and Giroud comes off. Like I said, someone who didn't really get a sniff. You know, Giroud, I don't really even remember him having a shot in this game. Giroud comes off, and Leao, once Leao comes off, that's game over. Do you know what I mean? That's basically game done and dusted. There's no more conversation. There's no more doubt in my mind that we're going on to win that. That's AC Milan throwing in the towel and saying, listen, we're finished. This boxing match is over. We've had a couple uppercuts. We've had a couple you know, jabs. Where we've had enough now. Can my team throw in the towel? And that's exactly what they've done. So really good win. Good for the confidence. I want us to go on a run. I said it already, I think, prior. I'm going to say it again on All You Can Eat Chelsea. When I look at our run of fixtures, I'm trying to see like 18 points from Palace to the next 6 games before we start to play, you know, some of the bigger teams again, Manchester United, etc. I'm trying to see big boy points now. We've had our part of the season to drop points. We've dropped points to some meaty teams that we shouldn't. I'm trying to hear W's only settings. That's what I'm bringing back. I'm trying to have apple juice back on this set, going and flowing. But I can't have apple juice just yet. Or can I? Because I have to say this before we come to a close. Big up your damn selves. Because today is the day that we hit 30k. We hit 30,000 subscribers. I saw it in its final form. And it's beautiful, man. It looks lovely. And we've been hustling and hurrying to this point. An international break definitely hit the pause button on some of that. But we go again, man. And now already in my mind, I'm thinking about 40k. That's just what we're on, man. And if you haven't followed the Twitch, like I said, the watch alongs on that, I was taking notes. They're saying that I've got nerd tax, but I just wanted to make sure that I was writing down what was going on, man, because I'm really watching. I'm watching this pot ball in full flow. And like I said, as a pothead does, you got to make sure that you keep them notes. And like I said, you know, it wasn't a performance from start to finish that you could say, oh, we just absolutely blew them away. But what I like about it is that we didn't actually, you know, regress, and we just kept going from strength to strength, and we kept, and players were only improving today. Some players started off a bit meaty, some players started a little bit what's going on, but they improved. Everybody improved. And then when Gallagher comes on, he brings on the intensity. You can see that the concentration levels are still high. Nobody's making silly errors and silly mistakes, and it's good that that clean sheet is there, because Kepa needs that. You know, it's 2 good back-to-back games for him. He probably goes into Wolves. I think he should start again. You know, meritocracy. Silva, he's had some rough moments. Good clean sheet. Koulibaly, rough moments. Clean sheet. You know, everybody in that back line needed a clean sheet desperately, absolutely desperately, because our defense has been all over the place this season. It hasn't been our foundation like we've come so used to. So absolutely delighted for all of that. And like I said, you know, hopefully against Wolves we just continue this, guys. We need to go on a run. We need to just start blitzing teams. I don't think we're ever going to get to move in silence, because our club just don't move like that. We only do chaos around here. You know, we don't do silence. We do chaos and disruption and confusion and you know, disarray. But this is beautiful. And listen, Leao, if you can't beat them, join them. And I probably shouldn't say that yet, because we still have to play them again. But bro, you know, you got something. You got something. We like what we see. You can come dine with us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Come chat to us. So yeah, guys, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the performance, what you thought of the individuals. I thought Ruben, you know, like I said, could have played some passes better, but I think defensively, you know, and just in terms of the actual combat up against, you know, Benacar and Tolini, really good midfield that they have out there, AC Milan. I thought we did pretty well to handle that. Cover, you can still see at times, it's got a lot more building up to do. But Ruben and Cover, you know, in some aspects good, in some aspects need to be better. But that midfield, like I said, not really that balanced. We need to improve that midfield, just as simple as that. We can say it every single video, but we know what it is. But they dealt with the occasion. Mason needs to keep improving. Chilwell needs to keep improving, but you know, maybe shouldn't play twice a week now that Cucurella is back because of that big injury that he had. But Aubameyang, great goal. James, incredible. Sterling just needs to get his decision making needs to be better. You know, some moments you should do this, do that, and it's a little bit all over the shop, but at least he's causing problems. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Big up your damn selves. We hit 30k. On to the next, man. Listen, I'm not trying to piss about, bro. I'm trying to move to the next milestone. We ambitious over here. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.